Coach, we are 15 miles due west of the Atlantic, nestled in downtown Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
We go! 30 base. X3, 218, chop it.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Tighten down. There you go.
Off the play fake. Riley trying to lay one up deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, 76 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A man who played college football here in the Sunshine State. It's USF's Marlon Mack. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now it's Luck. And he's got his man on the out route.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A shotgun snap for Luck. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Josh Allen in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack on first down, Luck. And he slings one that's incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action. It's Luck. Pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Josh Allen has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On second down, here's Fournette. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Off play action, Riley. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And it's fielded at the 34. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time. And they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is locked. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. This is Fournette. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Ready? 10 Lobo. Bravo.
Let's go. 97's the mic. 97's the mic.
Off the play fake. Riley, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. Pilot, 64, weak.
20. Here it comes. Here it comes. Mike 20. Mike 20. Mike 20. Here we go. Here we go.
Leaf River, Leaf River.
From the gun, Riley. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down.
Josh Lambo on for the field goal. A 49-yard.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will make it 10-0 here in the 1st. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Mack. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Switch, switch, switch.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Connor on 1st down, able to take this one forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. James Conner with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
61, matchbox, lights, 5.
Fournette. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw on 3rd down, Riley. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Justin Houston racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A great blocking nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They go play action here on 1st down. He completes this one to Mack. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Check 24.
Throwing on 3rd down, Locke. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
Check out. 674.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
On 1st and 10, Locke. That's into the hands of Reynolds. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming. They'll try to surge ahead with Connor, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will knot us up at 10. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you.
That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 57 yards.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I did. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
On the run, it's Fournette. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
On 2nd and 10, Luck, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Luck now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Luck now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now left to first and Mack. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On 2nd and 12, Luck into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. And the throw there going to be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy. About what happened, having to go to the bench, but this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
They're going to go. It's Luck. And it is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Ready. 30 base. X3. 218. Chopper.
Check. Crunch.
On 1st and 10, Riley. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
You got tight right there.
They'll run with Fournette. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Hey, seam 6. Let's go.
Back to throw. Riley. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Luck. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. From just shy of midfield, Luck. Short little throw to Ebron. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. To throw is Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Josh Allen racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Fournette. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous.
Check 3, check 3.
6'6", bullet high.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm going to
Operating from the gun, Riley. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
This is taken around the 12. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Luck gives this one off to Mack. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Watch the safety creep. Shoot.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Luck. He's going to fire. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Shift.
Protein spill.
Army. Slam.
Spike.
Off play action. Riley. He sets to fire deep. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
They'll toss it to Fournette. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Fournette. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
You draw corpus. Let's make these babies crawl all the way back here. Ready?
To throw on 2nd down. Riley. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4.
4 down. I got 87. That's me, boys. 97.
Off the play fake. Riley. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Good work, boys. Let's go.
at their own 33-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Luck on first down. And he's got his tight end. That's Ebron, and it's a Colt touchdown. Eric Ebron. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Lott. And the catch made by Hilton. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll run on first down. It's Mack trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. On second down, Connor looking for space. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. James Conner, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's second down. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the fourth quarter, going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Jaguars on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Again, it's Fournette. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Off play action. Riley. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Fournette on the toss to the right. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2nd and 3. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. Going with Armstead, a first down carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Hey, Zoo. Ready?
On 3rd down, Riley. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Justin Houston in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Riley. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear the Colts are going to win the football game. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Down.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
On the set.
Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game.
Alert 3.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, orbit.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Got you, boy.
Let go.
From the gun, Riley. Now a desperation throw deep down, and that's caught inside the 35. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And Lambeau, he missed it. He missed it left. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. He's got it to Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing